What's up, you guys? Steven here for Chef Movie Night to talk to you about a few pickups that I just got in. Got something else coming. I was trying to wait for it, but I'm just too excited for these things. So I'm going to go ahead and share these with you. And that other thing that's coming, I'll share it eventually. Probably with some other stuff because I don't want to come on here and do a video for just one particular thing unless it's like a really nice unboxing. If you like physical media, you like collecting movies and TV shows on actual discs and having them on your shelf display in your library, then you're in the right space, and I hope you subscribed. If you haven't, please do so now, and then hit me in the comments and let's discuss physical media. Talk to me about your collections. I recently had someone share their own collection videos with me, and I went to look at them, and it was so cool to see you guys and how we have similar tastes, and we like to buy some of the same things, and then see the different things that you've bought that inspire me to maybe take a look at some other things that I haven't given attention to. So do the things, the like and the sub and the share and all that stuff. Hit that notification bell, all the stuff. Anyway, let's talk about these pickups. So I was going to do official unboxing. See, there's the envelope, the Amazon envelopes right here, but I heard a floater disc in one of them, and I knew I couldn't let that just wait until I had time to do this video. So I had to go ahead and pull them out of the envelopes and open them up. One of them here is not opened yet. We're going to unpackage together, and it's probably the nicest packaging of any of them. So that's great. So the first thing is a film that I just caught on a good sale, and I've been wanting to pick this up for a very long time. And it's from a defunct company now, sadly, or a defunct distributor. They do other things, and you're going to see it's from Drafthouse Pictures. Drafthouse no longer releases physical media, but obviously they do still have their theaters. I think the pandemic hit them pretty hard, but they made it through, and their theaters, I believe, are back open now. And I think they do still do some funding on some indie films and that kind of thing, but their physical media distribution is gone, and it's very sad because this is packaged so much nicer than I anticipated it would be. And that is a 2015 film, The Invitation. Again, it's a Drafthouse Pictures. It's a Karen Kusama. Am I saying that right? Tell me in the comments if I'm not. Kusama. She's done a lot of really cool stuff. Before this, I knew that she had done the Aeon Flux movie. Recently, she did Destroyer, which is a Nicole Kidman film, and she did The Outsider. She directed episodes of The Outsider, the Stephen King adaptation on HBO. She's doing a lot of stuff, has done a lot of stuff since this movie was kind of a breakout one for her in a lot of ways, because I know Aeon Flux was a bigger thing, but it wasn't actually a good movie. The Invitation is a fantastic movie. It's one that you shouldn't really know much about story-wise. You just go in and watch it. It isn't kind of, it's a genre-bending type of movie, but it starts out with a group of friends who haven't seen each other for many, many years over some drama in their lives, being reunited by one particular friend in their friend group who wants to share something special with them, and it's the story of a single night. All of these people come together. Only thing I can say is it's in the horror genre. Here's the back. If you want to actually read the read-up, I think that's really enough for you to know. I actually had the privilege of seeing this in the theater, and it's funny, they have this little card here. I'm sure this is not valid now, but I'm going to try it. It's like a business card, but it has a digital code on it. Here's the inside. You get the DVD and the Blu-ray. I'm so glad I can still get this because I know they're not doing physical media anymore. And they actually do a little booklet here with essays, some pictures. Let me see if there's a decent picture here. I mean, there's really not much photo-wise, but there's essays here. And then there's some interior artwork, too, it looks like. Is this a reversible cover? It is a reversible cover. And you know what? I'm not going to show you this cover. You shouldn't see it. I think it's a little spoilery, honestly. One thing I will say right away, I love this edge-to-edge packaging on the disc, and the other thing is the artwork, the actual label is on nice paper, nicer than most physical media releases. It's thicker grade paper, and I wonder if it's maybe because it's a smaller print run or whatever, but it's actually really nice paper. So I think this is the only Drafthouse release that I have, and it's so sad that they're not doing physical media anymore. So I think there are a few special features on here for it. If you know this film, it came out in 2015. If you don't, you should see this movie, The Invitation. Next up is something that I haven't seen in years. Years I haven't seen this because it went out of print for a really long time. The last time I saw this was on Synapse Films release, which is actually, I think, pre-Synapse Films. I think it was the previous company that they were called Elite Disc. It's called Evil Dead Trap. This is a 1988 film. This is at the beginning of sort of the J-horror, extremist J-horror sort of genre of films. This is an extreme film. It's also a ridiculous film. It's gory and disgusting and hilarious and all those things. And it came out in the early 2000s on DVD. And then went out of print, and I haven't seen it since. So it's really cool. Grindhouse Releasing got this, and they gave us a nice release with the slipcover, with some cool artwork. So basically, this tells the story of a late-night talk show host who receives a tape, a VHS tape in the mail, and it's it's a tape of a murder, and the tape actually has hints of where it actually took place. So this reporter gets her crew together and they go and track down the location and investigate. So a couple things. The first thing is, don't ask why they didn't call the police. You're not allowed to ask that. Just watch it. I mean, this is a trippy movie, not for the faint of heart. I'll show you the back there. All right, this is like I said, this is a Grindhouse release. There's the inside. And I do believe there's a disc art there, and there is reversible artwork in there. I don't really like it, but it is from the original DVD release. If you're digging that, I prefer honestly. I know it's probably a cost thing, but so many studios are now doing this sort of cartoony look. Shout Factory is the worst offender at that, but it's pretty good. And like I said, I kind of don't dig on the original art that much. So there it is. Oh, let me put the booklet for The Invitation back in here now. And our, even if this digital code doesn't work, I love having this card in here from Drafthouse. All right, so the last thing, this came to me from Blue Underground, and it continues their 4K line of reissues. This is the 1990 film Two Evil Eyes, directed by Dario Argento and George Romero. Those two directors, this is still sealed, I haven't opened this yet. Here's the back. Lots and lots of bonus features there. Got a new 4K scan, got new Atmos mix, all the typical stuff that they have been doing, Blue Underground has been doing for these reissues. So Two Evil Eyes is kind of like an anthology type of thing, but it's only two stories. It's basically two novellas, two short films smashed into one movie. And each director does a different Edgar Allan Poe story. This is their filmic interpretation of two Edgar Allan Poe stories. Notably, it also stars Adrian Barbeau, who you should know. She is more than just a scream queen from the era. She was a good, still is. She was just most recently, she was in American Horror Stories in an episode. If you're watching that, she was in the drive-in episode. But in that era, she was in, trying to do this without tearing anything here. She was in Swamp Thing. That was a big one. She was in the original The Fog. She was the radio DJ. She was also in Creepshow and one of those shorts. So she's worked with Romero before. So got this slipcover here. This one feels to me like the least upscale, the least boutique-y of their 4K releases right now, because while we have a nice looking slipcover that matches the aesthetic of the other releases, there's no it is raised a little bit. There's a little texture there, but you don't get sort of that holofoil look that you had on the others. unless it came out that way and I just didn't get one. I mean, that's a possibility too, but I don't think so. And this is also a thinner package. It doesn't have everything that the original had, or that the other releases have had, like soundtracks and all that business. Inside we just have the Blu-ray and the 4K. That's it. No soundtrack disc, nothing like that. And I'm assuming there's going to be reversible artwork. And there is. Here's the original artwork. This is what I know from old posters and pictures of the VHS release, and then, you know, obviously what they had on their original Blu-ray release. This is a cool movie. This is not by any means either of these directors, you know, top tier work, but it is fun to see them collaborate, and it's fun to look at two very different directors do short films in the same film, because Romero is what I would call a utilitarian director. You know, he comes from a commercial background, doing corporate video and that kind of thing. So his shooting style and everything to me has always been very utility. It wasn't like, oh, look, that shot is beautiful. You know, I never felt that about his films in particular. Argento, on the other hand, is painting on a canvas when he makes his movies. Even in this one, even this is sort of toward the end of you know, Argento's good stuff. This one still definitely has his stamp on it. In the bonus features, you'll see some cool stuff about what they did to get some particular camera moves, and it's really cool. So if you're a student of film, there's stuff in here for you. So it's a cool film. It's a cool movie. Highly recommended. I can't wait to take a look at what the 4K transfer looks like. So now we've got both artworks. So that's it, you guys. Like I said, I had one other thing coming in. Don't want to wait for it to give you an updated video. I hope you're keeping up with my complete collection. I just did TV. That video is up there now. I've got more to do. I'm going to do my complete Marvel set. I've got some more boutiques to do. And we should be done with that for 2021. There'll probably be just a wrap-up video that kind of encompasses all the stuff that I didn't cover. Like things like Vestron. I have some Vestron releases, but only 2 or 3, not worthy of its own video. So there'll be like a little wrap-up video that shows all the odd and end stuff that didn't get covered in the sections that I created. So that stuff is coming up. More pickups are coming. And is anybody else, tell me in the comments, is anybody else already getting excited for 31 Days of Halloween? Or do you even do that? I do 31 Days of Halloween every year, where I watch 31 horror films. So probably toward the middle of this month, I'll start planning out my list, and I'll share that with you in a video. What are my 31 Days of Halloween movies gonna be? Tripping over my words here. I will share with you all but 7 of them. I think it's 7. It's either going to be 7 or 8. Every year, well, not every year. Last year we did it during pandemic, and now it's becoming a tradition. We're doing it again this year, where we do a 12 hours of terror here in my studio space. Me and some of the Culture Smash podcaster cohorts there. If you haven't seen the Culture Smash show, look it up on YouTube. If I can remember, I'll put a link in the description. That's our other bigger show on pop culture. Anyway, we watched 12 straight hours of horror films. Those films I can't reveal in my list, because those are kept secret until the day we watch. So anything you see in these videos is not going to be included in the 12 hours of terror. I'll reveal that to you after. Or if you follow me on Instagram, OTS Movie Night, I'll take pictures of the screen as those movies are playing that night, so you can see what we're watching. And that is going to be on October the 9th. We've already scheduled that day. Anyway, till next we meet, pull something cool off the shelf, share it with your friends and family, and remind them why physical media is the best way to watch films and TV. I'll see you guys on the next video.